things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. National champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the SEC, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Buckeyes will put total leather to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Making side adjustments here. It's Dampier. Makes the grab on the left. Oh, he's got some space. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
Man, and this defense is reeling already. First play of the game, and you give up an explosive play in the passing game just like that. They better collect themselves and buckle up and get ready to go.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. For this offense, they move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
That's a really good-looking run, too. And when you think back to Washington football, we talk a lot about the quarterbacks they've had, these great aerial assaults, but they've always needed to have balance as well. You get that by running the football, and this guy really helps keep defenses honest because they don't know what's coming at them. With a weapon like him in the backfield, he really makes this offense go.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Wants to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Rolls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that receiver, he knew he had to get his head turned around quickly. He's running the curl route against zone coverage, but he knows his quarterback is going to be firing that ball into him. It's a rocket pass. He's able to make the catch and get the first.
The give on the option. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
So far, it's been a rough first drive for this defense, but I tell you what, guys, all can be forgotten if they can bow up and make a stand right here. You got a goal-to-go situation. You know they're going to try to be physical. The field's already shrunk. Get some momentum back right here. Get a big stand. At least hold them to 3.
Pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Washington. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but a really good job of blocking by the return team. He's out to the 44. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
From the gun, the running back has it. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the...
There he goes. Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. Back to throw. It's Sayed. Working that wide receiver screen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Ball. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Touchdown, Ohio State! Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these 2 guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these 2 guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Off the play fake on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. It's in. Completed. He's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Motion from the wide receiver. Looking downfield, it's Dampier. He lofts one down the sideline. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. To the air on 1st down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
And the Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to fire on second down. He wants to take the top off. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Makes the catch down the right side. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
And you see more and more of this in college football, finding your playmakers in space, whether it's a receiver, a tight end, or in this case, a running back, way down the field. Get him isolated, find your matchup, and how about the running back turning into a receiver?
Running back searching for a hole. Breaks into the open. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's got him. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Wants to throw. It's Dampier. One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another SEC rival, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. time to get this game started. Well, that's some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. What a way to start this game. Try to rattle them right off the bat with an onside kick, and it pays off. Scanning the field, it's Dampier. Wide open downfield. There he goes down the right side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Washington. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Got him, and nobody's close. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And now in the most bizarre of spots, here comes the field goal kicker. There aren't many guarantees in life, but try a field goal from a million yards away, and you're not going to make it, and he didn't. And here in the first quarter, we remain tied. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. See the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Dampier. Got it in the middle, it's Green. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Wants to go up top on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. You can grab. But you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. And the offense will take that penalty and move a little bit closer. The offense lining up for a first down play. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The give to the back. Hard running there. And he'll be brought down.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
The Huskies in a good spot here with second and short. Back to throw, it's Dampier. Makes the grab, it's Green. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
When you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Finds his big tight end. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He's brought down. What a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. Got his man on the right. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Husky. Extra point here will tie the game.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. He's got him this time. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure. It's a first down.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Trying to get behind the defense. He's got it inside the 25. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. The Buckeyes headed quickly to the line. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State in the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you can pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Looking downfield on first down. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And he made the extra point without problem. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Give to the running back. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To throw, it's Dampier. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Fires to the right. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot, but the flag is down. Let's check the call.
You don't see a lot of OPI, but on that play, the offensive player just way too handsy. He's grabbing, he's working his hands way too much, and that was an easy call for the referees.
With the catch, it's Lee. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds at the 34.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
DB's right up on the receivers. They'll go to work in the air on second down. That's caught. It's Smith. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? To the air, it's Sayin. Under fire. Lets it go to the end zone. Got his man downfield. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try to pound their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down. The throw. Fires to the tight end. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Will the offenses continue to walk it up and down the field, or is there a defensive stop somewhere as we start the second quarter? First play of the period will be a second down. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And Ohio State makes a ton of highlights with the big pass plays, but this defense has turned in its share over the years, too.
So many guys that we could go back. The Bosa brothers, Chase Young, just recently, the guys that they put their hand in the dirt and they go make things happen, get after quarterbacks like you see right here.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Fires to the middle. And it's incomplete on third down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Got a man. It's Lee. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Boy, did they have a big pickup in recruiting. Stud in the secondary. 5-star defensive back. Gives them a verbal. What a huge boost for this program, David.
This is enormous. Getting a guy in the back end, a 5-star guy like that, dude, it's plug and play, and those guys pan out at such a high level.
And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
And that's what this defense needs to get going. You've given up a bunch of touchdowns. You haven't been great early, but now you finally get some pressure, get the quarterback to the ground. Now maybe start turning this defense around.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Motion from the wideout. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. From the red zone, looking for a space. Now adjusting. And they get to the quarterback and knock it down back at the 16.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Pulls and fires complete. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Washington right back to the line. Dropping back, it's Dampier. Keeps looking downfield. Got out of trouble and throws. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Got his man on the outside. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw again. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab at the 10. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. With the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Man, wow, what a catch by the big fella. And when he's not open, he's open. So nice to have a big target that can make those type of catches. I imagine he'll keep throwing him the football.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. He'll try to pop the draw. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
I'll tell you, honestly, I don't know what that player could have done to hold on to that football. That defender absolutely popped him. He knocked him into next week. There was no chance he was holding on to that ball.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Working that left side now. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. And the Buckeyes lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Scrambling away. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They just need a few more inches here on fourth down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Trying to keep this drive alive. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to. Scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Lawson. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. And the Huskies come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
It's complete on the right side. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Lawson. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. He'll take the deep shot. Makes the grab at the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up.
That's a first down for the offense.
From the red zone, looking for a man. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief